Welcome to At the Cottage with me, ChefD. Hey, Chef Rory, where are you going?
Hey, Chef, just keep an eye on the barbecue. I'll be back in a few days.
Unbelievable. Special thanks to Gypsy Wing Coaches, Culinary Tourism Alliance, keeping it local. We're going to be in Bracebridge, Deerhurst, a Mexican restaurant, a pizza restaurant, a good buddy of mine who you've already met, and a whole lot more. Won't you join me? Wait, you got the wrong chef on the bus! You got the wrong chef on the bus! So here in Bracebridge, actually just a little bit outside of Bracebridge, we have the oven, the wood-fired pizza oven. I have my other ChefD. Hey brother, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So what brought you up to Bracebridge?
I was looking for a little change, getting out of the city. This seemed like an appropriate space to come up to. Moved up for a little bit, saw what was going on, inspected, so to say, and then enjoyed it. So I like the 4 seasons that are up here. You know, we definitely have our 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. We got it all. And it's busy in the summer, busy in the fall, busy in the spring, busy in the winter. It's busy all year round. We have stuff going on all year round.
So you have 3 locations up here, right?
Yes, I do.
So, of course, what we're going to be having in a minute, a little bit of wood-fired pizza, and you do some bread baking here as well, right?
That is correct.
And then you have a smokehouse. Is it a smokehouse?
I have a restaurant called the Pasta Tree and Smokehouse. So one half of the menu is fresh-made pasta.
Yeah.
The other side of the menu is all smokehouse items, and we cure our own bacon, make our own sausages, pulled pork, brisket, smoked wings, smoked fish, smoked cheese, smoked mushrooms, smoked berries, smoked salt, smoked sugar, everything. Yeah, we give the smoker a good workout for sure.
So, which one of the 3 is your favorite one to hang your hat?
Don't do that. It's not. It's a Sophie's choice there.
Okay.
But, yes, but each one caters to a different clientele, and then I try to marry all 3 together as a unison.
I think it's time that we eat some pizza. What do you think?
I totally agree.
Let's get eating. So, downtown Bracebridge, I meet somebody that grew up in Kitchener-Waterloo. Deputy Mayor Rick Maloney. Hey, welcome to At the Cottage with ChefD.
Well, ChefD, thanks for coming to Bracebridge and getting a little bit of a food experience in our town.
We were just at the pizza. Oh my word, that was so good. And now I'm looking for some great Mexican. But Bracebridge, how's it changing for you through this whole COVID crisis?
Well, I think that, obviously we're not unlike any community in the province that had some challenges in this COVID environment. But I think that our business community, particularly our restaurant community, has really kind of moved quickly on their heel to address the need for folks to get back into having some of the great food that they are supplying in our community. A lot of takeout and a lot of online presence that perhaps some of these restaurants didn't have before. I think that they've really developed a way to service the public even in this environment.
But you also, as a council, have come up with something for even smaller businesses that might have slipped through the cracks. But you have a program for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We, our town council, there is provincial and federal money available for small businesses, but it doesn't meet the needs of every small business. So our town council has started up a recovery a fund that will allow some businesses that fall through the cracks to tap into some resources and some needed resources to help them get through this pandemic.
And not only is Bracebridge, great in the summer, but this is also 4 seasons, isn't it?
It absolutely is. The day is gone when, after Labor Day, this Main Street closed up. We have a lot of residents that are living here full-time, and that has really been one of the unique things about Bracebridge in that it's close proximity to the GTA. A lot of people are taking advantage of not only being able to work remotely in Bracebridge, but also the lifestyle that Bracebridge is able to offer them.
I was going to touch on that. Do you feel over the next little bit, and seeing how companies have changed and changed their way of thinking of not always going to the office, do you think it's going to open up a whole nother of younger generation coming to Bracebridge to actually live and grow roots here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's a great opportunity for Bracebridge and other towns in Muskoka and small towns across Ontario to offer that opportunity. In Bracebridge here, we're very fortunate to have a 5 gigabyte high-speed internet service, which brings the office right to your desktop. In some ways that's good, some ways that's bad, but we certainly are prepared, and the welcome mat is open for people that are really considering opportunities to get out of the GTA or other areas and have not just an opportunity to work, but live and play in Bracebridge.
So if I was coming to Bracebridge for the first time, what should I check out?
Well, obviously, we've got a great number of falls in our area, and that has always been a great attraction, and our wharf area and things like that. But of course, a lot of people recognize Bracebridge for Santa's Village, and unfortunately with the COVID, it's not fully operational, although they do have some of the amenities open. I think you can go see Santa if you really wanted to.
Okay, well, I might have to, just to try to
well, I heard that you might be on the wrong list, so I'm not sure there, but and of course, we're here in front of one of our great restaurants, El Pueblito, but over the last number of years, a number of great restaurants and have opened up and just providing a very broad range of culinary kind of experiences, whether it be Japanese or Thai, or in this case Mexican, or even pub-like foods or pizza that you had earlier.
I think it's time to get eating. What do you think?
I'm with you.
I'm here with Mike and Marlene, and as I mentioned to the Deputy Mayor, it was time for us to eat. And we're here at El
Pueblito.
You can say it better than I do. It's so, it just comes off that beautiful. Mexican, Bracebridge, you've had this location for 11 years now, haven't you?
Yes.
So what made you stay here in Bracebridge?
He brought me here.
Okay.
I was very happy in Cancun. And then he brought me here.
Yep, okay. So, but you said you grew up in the restaurant industry.
Yeah, well, I've been in Bracebridge since I was 12, and I used to live in the Caribbean before here.
Okay.
But my parents used to have an inn here, which
Right.
had 2 restaurants, and they threw me in the dish pit when I was 12.
Yep.
So I've been.
So you caught the bug at an early age.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so can you explain what we have in front of us? That I have my fork ready, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Okay, so this is an empanada.
Okay.
It's almost like a calzone,
Yep.
sort of, but it's made with a masa, which is corn dough.
Yep.
So basically, we make a large tortilla, and then it's filled with beef deshebrada. So it's a beef chuck, and then we puree a whole bunch of jalapenos, tomatillos, onions, cilantro, and we braise it for about 7 hours like that till it just pulls apart. So that's what's inside there with some Monterey Jack cheese, and it's folded and deep fried nice and crispy. Pickled onions.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, what about here?
This one's called flautas de pollo. So flautas are flutes, and it's pulled chicken mixture rolled in a corn tortilla and deep fried, so it's crunchy, with salsa verde, crema, and salsa roja on top.
Oh my word.
Put some of this.
This is habanero, so I dare you.
Not a little bit, I know.
Yeah, just a little.
You have water close anyway.
Oh man, that's so good.
Thank you.
Mayor, you better get in here, So, tortilla chips, homemade,
Yeah, guacamole. We make the tortilla chips. We make everything here, including our cheese and the guacamole, fresh daily. Yeah, we fry the tortillas ourselves, and
Open 7 days a week?
6 days a week.
6
yeah.
days a week?
Yeah.
Monday through Saturday.
3 to 9:30.
3 to 9:30. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
I know we only have a few more minutes. Dessert here, what do we have here?
Churros.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're basically fritters almost. They're a famous Mexican dessert, very crunchy, and that's cajeta, so that's a reduced goat's milk.
I'm just going to go like this. Social distance. Thanks so much, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank
When
you.
we have more time, we're coming back here for a complete dinner, okay?
Good.
We will love that.
Hopefully you do.
Yo, check this out.
You know, it is so great to be finally here in Deerhurst, working with a good friend, a great chef, a chef that I've known for about 20 years now, Rory Gordon, executive chef at Deerhurst and many other properties, right?
Well, we get around, yes, yeah.
Hey, welcome to At the Cottage. Rory, this isn't a bad view.
And that's why I've been here for so long. I love it here.
I can see why. I can see why. So we're going to be doing a whole bunch of different cooking in the little mini pizza oven that we have behind us. But first, I know it's time that you said to me, Chef, you know, if you're going to be here later, you need a drink.
And if we're going to do this, we have to.
Right, exactly. So I brought us a little bit of Featherstone's Four Feathers. And I just thought, this would be a good way to start
in
the
a
whole
cool
day.
Yeti cup.
Right.
They're great.
I'll just pass it over in
Thank you. Thank you.
a very social distancing toast.
Cheers. Cheers. And it'll stay cold.
Oh, that's good. So, what are we doing on your side of the table?
Okay, well, we try to use as much local as we possibly can. So we have sun-dried cranberries from Bala, and we're going to mix that with Boursin cheese, and we're going to put them inside a Ontario raised chicken breast. Then we're going to wrap it with Pillar's prosciutto.
Oh yeah.
And then put it into the oven.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I'll there's
I like how I'm on this side and you're doing all the work. How did this work out?
I didn't think that was going to be the deal, but that's okay. I'm gonna wear gloves, and normally in the operation, in the kitchen, we have 30 chefs.
Yep.
Everyone that's going to touch a raw poultry is going to be wearing gloves. So I've inserted holes through here, all the way through, and you just run them through to the end. I like the ones with the tenderloins left on. And then
why is that? Just so that it cooks more evenly?
It cooks more evenly, and it's a little fatter. And then it's the cranberries, and we made 1,200 liters of maple syrup from where you parked your bus across the road from there.
Yep.
We have about 1,200 trees, and we're making about 1,200 liters of syrup a year. And then we use that, of course, in our pancakes and every other recipe we have.
So this is the first year that I made maple syrup at our property. We have about 20 big sugar maples.
Right.
So I got out probably 4 liters of syrup.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was so cool. I've never done it before, right? And it was just I had a good time doing it.
And you can make about one, like out of a decent sized tree, you can take about 1 liter of syrup per tree. And again, we use so much, we try to use as much as we possibly can locally, and it seems that we have everything with maple syrup in it, and some very unique recipes. This one's very simple. This is one of our bigger sellers in the Eclipse restaurant that we have. So
here, I can take that away for you. So now through the whole COVID, and having to change and adapt, did you have to lay some people off, or how did you keep your kitchen working?
Well, the kitchen team thinks it's a relaxing 2 weeks month. They took time off. They were laid off for about a month, and then we brought back all of our chef de parties, which we have 8 of them, and then we have all of our supervisors, and we brought them back first simply because they're going to be the team that's going to follow the new procedures and address the rest of the staff that we have. So once we had them back, we now have 70. I'm going to put these down here. So I just lay down about 2 and just overlap them a bit. Put the fats on the inside.
Now this is a smoked prosciutto, so I like it just a little bit better than normal prosciutto because again, that little bit of smokiness, I just love that.
Yeah, then you can just wrap them this way. If you like prosciutto, there's lots of it. And then you can do this with so many different sauces. I'll cut them this way to keep the filling in, and then just wrap them over this way, and that's it.
Beautiful.
And if you find that you have a smaller one, just roll that in so it stays a little. I just say it stays a little more firm, and that's really it.
Perfect.
So with the with the team now that we have, everyone's following. It's a change, that's for sure. but everyone's adapting to it, and now that we're allowed to have guests into the restaurants, it's helped a lot, especially on those rainy days.
Right? You know, it's great to have beautiful patios and beautiful views, but if it's raining, they're not sitting.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do you want to go with 2? Can we get them in
Two's
there?
perfect.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
perfect.
We'll
If you could just get out of the way just for a second.
I can get out of the way.
I'm going to pop it in the pizza oven here. Again, we have it about 450 degrees. We're just going to pop it in there. We'll let it cook. It'll be about 15 to 20 minutes, depends on how it works in the pizza oven or in your barbecue. Remember, use your barbecue as an oven, and you're outside, it's a whole lot better. We'll check it, 180 degrees in the middle, it'll be perfect. So, salmon. What's not to like about salmon, right?
Absolutely. And again, it's going to be with maple syrup.
There's a trend here. So you're going to make a glaze for this as well,
Yeah.
right?
So essentially, we're going to be taking sesame oil, 1
Yep.
part, canola oil, 1 part.
Yep.
Heating that up, adding onions and garlic
Yep.
that are already been diced up.
Okay.
But what we need, the key to this is ginger.
Okay.
So if you can,
So you're saying, chef, let's get at it, right?
if you can knock off some ginger, and the key with that is to make sure that it's nice and wide, so that when we put it onto the marinade, it doesn't brown or burn in the mixture. So I've got oil. And then I'm just going to quickly add the onions.
There's
those
nothing
up.
like sesame oil, that nice nutty flavor.
Yeah.
Do you want your ginger now?
Yep, please.
How's that?
Yeah, a bit more, please.
Okay.
And then this is going to be, the nice thing about this is that when this is finished, and essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to make the onions transparent and the garlic transparent. And then you can, we'll add some soy and maple syrup to this. And when we do that, we'll cool it down, and we've already prepared some already. But you can keep this, use what you can, and then put it in the fridge for a month.
Right.
Like, it's not going to go bad on you.
I love mason jars for that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
pop it in the mason jar, label it, and away you go, right?
So
So you have over 700 acres out here, right? This is a perfect place to come and be socially distanced.
Yeah, you have lots of room per person, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We have this walking trail that's across from the front of the pavilion, and that in itself is a beautiful walk.
Yep.
Once you get to the top of the hill, you can see pretty about 300 of the acres that we have here.
And not only that, but you have like water skiing, you have golf.
2 golf courses.
He hasn't invited me for golf in a very long time.
Well, the last time we golfed. Yeah. So I'm adding some soy,
Yep.
and then of course our maple syrup. I think we're now down to 1,190 liters left for the year.
Now, do you go through all that?
Yeah, absolutely. To be quite honest, in the end of the year, come Christmas, we'll go to our neighbors that have maple syrup farms, and we'll get them from them. So, looking at that now, that's pretty well ready to go, and you can see that ginger is not necessarily cooked all the way through, but the heat from this is going to cook it out some more. Then it's going to could be sitting in your fridge for a month, so you're going to get the impact of it after, when it's finished.
Oh yeah, my wife loves ginger. This would be right up her alley.
So then with the salmon,
Yep.
all we're going to do is we're going to take our salmon.
Yep.
I prefer skin off. I'm not sure how you feel about it.
I'm same here.
And then the marinade that we have made already. And again, I'm using a clean spoon because I don't want to touch that because I'm going to put this back in the fridge for later on. So it's a matter of just
And this is a
using...
great recipe because you can, like as you mentioned, it'll stay in your fridge, especially for cottages, because you're coming going all the time. You don't have to worry about it going off.
Yeah.
But you could also use this on salmon and chicken, couldn't you?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
sorry, pork and chicken.
Pork, yeah. And really that is... Now you can put this in the fridge for a few hours to get the flavor into it. But for the purpose of this, we'll run them through. And as I was saying, when the ginger, if you make the pieces too small, they'll stick to the top of the face of this, and then when you're baking it or cooking it, they'll turn brown, and then they're going to turn bitter.
100%. So while you're doing that, I just want to quickly, because we can combine this together, is I have some boneless pork chops here. Simple, easy recipe. I call this the lazy man's marinade.
I like it then.
So you take 1 can of Waterloo Raspberry Radler, you pour this in your Ziploc bag, put it in your refrigerator for 24 hours, next morning you bring it out and put it on your pan and away you go.
You don't have to see it, like there's just perfect amount in there.
Exactly,
Seasoning.
lots of flavor. You get a little bit of the barley and then of course the beautiful raspberry.
Okay.
Put these in, they're about the same size as your salmon, and then we'll put this in the pizza oven behind us, and this is what's great about the pizza oven. And if you don't have a pizza oven, don't forget the barbecue, use it as an oven. Again, keeping it about medium high versus high, because then it's going to be between the 450 and 500 mark, and you're not going to burn things.
Right.
So I'm going to throw this in the pizza oven.
So it could be like marinade Monday type of thing with your salmon and your pork.
Exactly. And then we're just going to put this in the front, and in about 12 minutes of real time, we'll have all this cooked off, and it'll be absolutely fantastic.
Cool.
We're doing a chutney here, peach tomato chutney now, right?
Right.
Are we going to use a little bit more maple syrup?
Yes. yeah.
So I cut up some peaches just for you, that I can, be some assistance.
So just prior to that, we put in butter, not oil, but butter, onions and garlic again, tomato, and that's going to simmer for a few minutes. And when that is going, we're going to cook this off. We're going to add tomato to it.
Salted, unsalted butter.
Salted.
What's your feeling?
At home, I always have unsalted.
Yep.
And I can add salt to it.
Yep.
Just in case we're just making something different.
Yep.
But that's the way I've kind of always looked at things. Because in we have a big pastry department, so we're using it anyhow, and it's not good when you run out of unsalted and they're using salted butter to make cheesecake or something. So that gets mixed in together, and we're going to let that simmer off for about another 5 minutes.
Yep.
Then we're going to add Dijon mustard.
Yep.
We're going to add a bit of vinegar.
And the vinegar, again, just making everything pop, right?
Yeah, just to balance off, and then maple syrup.
Now, if you don't have vinegar, lemon juice
lemon juice, lemon, for sure, and then Tabasco sauce. And then what we're going to do is we're going to
let
let
the Tabasco sauce?
Just to give it some heat.
Yep.
And it with the vinegar and the sugar from the maple. So that is going to simmer along. We'll let that go for, it's going to take probably 5 minutes before that would break down. And I've made some ahead, so we can move right ahead with it.
We have some right here.
Going.
Okay, so now I'm going to scoot behind you just to grab out of the wood-fired oven here. Our chicken, look at that.
Well, there's two, so it's mine and yours.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the crew's going to do tonight, Rory. Our pork, and they're just nicely starting to brown up now, and you can just see as I turn it over. And again, don't forget with pork that you can cook at 140.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go much more than that. You don't want to dry it out. And because it is a loin chop, there's not much fat on it.
And now, do you, with that liquid, do you use that and you incorporate that
reduce
into
it down,
chutney
reduce
or
it
whatever?
down. Exactly. Exactly. And then, look at these babies. It's turned out so nicely. And they just smell so great.
And with that, if you wanted to, you could, I would take that marinade and heat it up, bring it to a boil before, if you've had that one that's in the fridge for 3 months, just bring a bit of it to a boil and then pay it on top of it.
And you can just see right here, just quickly, is that you just get a little bit of the caramelization of the sugars, natural sugars of the meat. Okay, it's almost dessert time, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yes it is.
Yo, check this out.
We have our chicken, we have our salmon, we have our pork, and you have my favorite course, and that's dessert.
Okay, very quickly, it's strawberries, raspberries put together. This is quick.
Okay.
Triple sec,
Yep.
And gee, you know what? It's not in the recipe, but we're going to put maple syrup for the heck of it.
So we're
put
down
that in.
to 1,189.
And you're going to mix this up.
Yep.
I've made some genoise and
Yep.
a creme anglaise.
Okay, genoise, sponge cake.
Just sponge cake,
Yep.
yes. Yeah.
And if you know from watching previous episodes, we did sponge cake last year.
And that is really it. You can
Yep.
you can put more on if you like.
Yep.
And then I have a burner
Yep.
and the marshmallows because we're in Muskoka and we
Right.
love our outdoors. I'm going to color this off.
Oh yeah.
And really, that's it.
But that's the other thing too. You're up at the cottage. You don't want to have something that's going to be complicated and take a lot of time, because you could be down water skiing with that young person there who's doing double flips
Yeah.
right now.
They're waiting for me.
Right, exactly. Hey, just a quick question. What's your favorite part of the day?
It's probably going up to our halfway house
Yep.
where we have a great barbecue.
Yep.
It's in the middle of the forest.
Yep.
And no one phones you. Well, actually, you turn your phone off.
Yep.
And you just have a burger, and if there's a cold beverage there, you sit back and enjoy it.
Rory, I can't say thank you enough for inviting me up here to God's country, your country, and being able to cook with you. This has been a long time coming.
It was great to see you again. I mean, we haven't seen each other for a few years, but no, it was great having you. It was fun.
Hey, till next time, keep cooking.
Yo, check this out.